Number one, vendors will give you on-screen announcements or warnings that your software, your drivers, your BIOS, whatever needs to be updated. It's amazing when I was reading how many computer users just close the screens and fail to do the updates. And what happens is that if you don't update a certain aspect of your system, you're not necessarily opening up for viruses, but you're opening up for bad performance problems down the line. And one update that you choose not to do will affect possibly another update that might relate to a software down the line. Basically, when your software company or your computer comes knocking on your door and says, listen, do the update, you should do the update. Passwords. We all know how important passwords are. I use Norton, and Norton will automatically give you the option to have them create an encrypted password for you. That's what I choose. And it is stored in Norton's password vault. General consensus is that your password should be 12 characters at a minimum. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's what standard is. One of the articles I was reading was basically stating that, well, if you don't want to use a combination of numbers, characters, symbols, it's much easier to use a phrase that is something familiar to you. For example, your last name, your street name, and then numbers, or your anniversary date and the last 2 vacation locations you took, as a way for you to get to those 12 characters without having to go into your password vault and look at 13 capital A 72 question mark ampersand slash 273 or whatever the case might be. Because what Norton does, Norton will encrypt that password and they will give it something that is absolutely impossible for you to remember. Two-factor authentication. Banks have been using this for quite a few years now. I know when we log into our bank account, I don't have it here, but we have a little token ring. When you get to the point that it asks you for your password, prior to the password, you have to click on the token ring and it gives you a numeric digit that lasts for about 60 seconds before it recycles, and you have to put that in before you're able to get to your password to log into your account. We also have that for one of our other customers.
Can I interject there? There's also authenticators. I don't know if you're familiar with Google Authenticator. There are
That's
apps.
where I'm going next.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's fine. So this was the actual frustrating thing for us. Google came out with it. Microsoft Bing is coming out with it. We have Amazon is coming out with it. Amazon Marketplace, if you're selling things on Amazon. eBay will be coming out with it sometime in the spring. All these companies are getting on the bandwagon, and it's really annoying because I'll open this up for you. You guys can see it here real quick. All right, so that is what an authenticator app looks like. And right now I have 2 pages of various authenticators that I have to enter in if I go to visit their website.
We're not seeing that, right?
We're only seeing your presentation.
Too bad. All right, well, anyway, so anytime we log into our Google pay-per-click account, our Bing account, Amazon to update our product listing, our description, when we get to the Amazon account, it asks us for authentication code. So now we have to go to a cell phone. We have to open up an authentication app, scroll down, see which one we're looking for, and then we have to enter that 6-digit number before that 6-digit number recycles itself.
No. That's it.
It's a great thing. It is absolutely critical if you want to protect your passwords. But like I said, we have 15 different companies that provide various authentication codes throughout the course of the day. Some of them are a little more kinder than others. They will let you go in and out of that website without having to re-authenticate. Google, unfortunately, is not one of those guys. Amazon Marketplace is not one of those guys. So every time you log out of your Amazon Seller Central account, every time you log out of Google Analytics, they'll generate a new authentication code. You have to go back into your application and enter that authentication code. So challenging, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, from what they're saying about authentication, two-factor authentication, nobody's going to be able to get your password and log in. I was one of these guys who used to do this all the time. I would always go to the airport and use public Wi-Fi, whether it be at Chili's, whether it be at one of the bars, whatever. And then I learned about your virtual public network or your VPN. So when I go to the airport now, I access the internet through my cell phone, and then my VPN through my Norton Utilities or whomever your virus provider is. All virus program providers have a VPN as part of their service. But the danger of using a public Wi-Fi is, depending upon who's around you or who's computer savvy, they could log into your computer and get access to see what you're doing or take your files, which obviously we don't want. And the one thing that I was extremely surprised about was the amount of users that don't actually have a virus program on their computer. And the way the article was written, it was customers assume when they bought a brand new computer that they didn't have to do anything in terms of a virus program, that it was part of Microsoft, that it was part of the price of the computer, which obviously it's not. And there are different degrees of computer security. Even with Norton, there's different degrees. There's different packages that you can get to protect yourself depending upon what you have on your computer. So that was really an eye opener for me. I just thought that was a no-brainer. You get a computer, you have to purchase a virus program. And then auto backups. One of the forums suggested twice a week. I look at it and I say, well, ask yourself how much data you're willing to lose. So I back up. I have an automatic backup on my drive every single day. One thing you don't want to do is leave your backup drive plugged into your computer. The reason for that, quite frankly, anybody? Ferris?
Ransomware.
Ferris? Right. You could have a great backup, perfect clone, and then somebody could get into your computer and then also get into your backup drive and destroy everything. So a good habit to get into is once you back up your computer, unplug your external drive. Tom, you were talking about this. It's as if I wrote this just for you today. Never open up any kind of emails from recipients you don't know. Well, that's kind of hard to do when you're running a business. I mean, we sell things here. We get emails all the time. So how do you know what is and is not a proper email? Well, it's challenging at first, but you look at the header, you look at the content of the email, you look at the grammar. We constantly get emails from who knows where, but it says, greetings, happy to meet you. We were looking to purchase 500 gallons of your product. Please reply back on terms of payment you accept. I mean, right there, that's a flag for us. So we just trash those emails. We're getting a lot of emails from Amazon stating that your $750 TV will be delivered by Friday, or eBay with the same type of thing. You've made a purchase. If you did not make this purchase, please click on this link. Simple way to see who's sending you that information is to hover over the link and right click on it. What will show up is the actual website of where that email is going or where that link is going. The particular one that we got, I don't remember it, but it was something along the lines of, like you see in the screenshot, www.spot. There was some kind of name before Amazon / and then something crazy that you know darn well this is not going to Amazon.
The one
Now,
the one I
get to this,
the one I got was actually pretty. It looked like an Amazon invoice. It was phishing. They'd done that. The name said Amazon, but when I hovered over it, like you're saying, it turned out to be a Gmail address. But it was, urgent. This is going to be delivered tomorrow. Call this 800 number, whatever. Yeah.
Yep. So, if you didn't order anything, you don't have to worry about the email because your credit card company is going to take care of that. But what if you're a business and somebody sends you an email and it says, here's our attached purchase order. We'd like to purchase not $25,000, but we'd like to purchase 125 5-gallon pails for our project. It will be shipped to the Bahamas for a new hotel project that is underway. And you're looking at the body of the email, and they have their purchase agent information. They have their accounts payable department information. They have a phone number. And you're saying to yourself, wow, this looks really legit. And then you open up the attachment, and you find out you just got hit with a virus. Well, hopefully, if you open up that attachment and your virus program is working properly, it will not allow you to open up that attachment. Secondly, you just have to do some investigation work. You have to call the phone number. You have to ask them for their website address, and then when you get the website address, find out what state they're in, contact the Secretary of State, find out if it's a real organization. That's what we do as a business. Now, how far you go into your little investigation depends upon how valuable that email is to you. For us, getting an email like that, that's a big sale. So yes, we will spend some time seeing if this is a real, legit email. 95% of the emails we get that we question, we just trash. In this day and age, if anybody's interested in buying from us, they're going to call us. Many times they have questions about the product anyway. It's very, very rare that somebody will email us and ask us to place an order over the email. That's just not how it's done. They might ask questions, which we'll be more than happy to reply back with the questions. But in terms of attachments, in terms of internal links telling us to go here for their payment terms or things like that, there's no need a company would ever conduct business like that. So that's a flag right there. Now, here's the interesting thing that I did find. I did not know about any of these, so they were a shock to me.
Yes.
From your command prompt, if you were to type in Netstat, you should see all HTTPSs in those results. If you look down at the bottom, you see one here that's missing an HTTPS. That essentially means that a hacker is in your computer. Currently, right now, playing around. I thought that was absolutely amazing. There's a video on YouTube about a security guy from a company that's going through this stuff. It's absolutely fascinating. So the first thing I did, I paused the video, and I went right into my command prompt.
Have you looked at it with the -AN so you could take a look at the open ports?
No, I don't know this stuff. I'm just trying to give you guys some information of what I saw here. These were the 3 wow factors for me. I mean, I'm not a tech guy, so when I saw this stuff, the first thing I did was, wow, look at this stuff. I've never seen this before.
Oh yeah.
This I was aware of. When you go into your Windows Defender, now mine's turned off because I'm connected to Norton, so this is safe, but you should see green lights here if you normally go in. If you happen to go in and you see that this app is turned off by, quote, group policy, again, your computer's been hacked. Yes. And then finally, to the left is your task manager. You see everything is nice, no problems. Now on the video, they took another screenshot of Task Manager, and there was something called Windows PowerShell. And they're saying if you see Windows PowerShell on your Task Manager, that is another situation of where your computer has been attacked. What they're saying is that these occurrences are a result of not updating your virus program, not having proper firewall settings. Now, this is all home computers. I'm not talking about companies. That's an entirely different level up. But these vulnerabilities are basically the fault of the user. VPNs, firewalls, virus programs not being updated. Those are the three main culprits as to why we would see this stuff.